Mrs.Lan, the chairwoman of Van Tin Phat Group, finds herself at the center of a legal storm as the prosecution has concluded its indictment against her and 85 other individuals implicated in various wrongdoings at Saigon Commercial Joint Stock Bank, SCB. The severity of the charges against Mrs. Lan has led to the recommendation of the death penalty, highlighting the gravity of the situation. Despite the gravity of the charges, the prosecution has taken into account some mitigating factors regarding Mrs. Lan. They have acknowledged her clean record prior to these events, her reputation for philanthropy, and her positive contributions to the community. However, these factors are overshadowed by the prolonged nature of her misconduct and the significant harm it has caused. The courtroom drama reached a crescendo when Mrs. Lan collapsed under the weight of the accusations, prompting authorities to allow her to sit during the proceedings to ensure her health and composure. Delving into the specifics of the case, the prosecution has outlined a pattern of behavior dating back to 2011, where Mrs. Lan orchestrated the acquisition of 3 private banks, which were later merged into SCB. This strategic move was allegedly part of her plan to utilize the bank as a financial instrument for her personal business endeavors and the broader ecosystem of Van Tin Phat Group. Through a complex web of ownership, Mrs. Lan purportedly controlled 91.5% of SCB shares through various intermediaries. Using this leverage, she allegedly manipulated records and facilitated the withdrawal of funds from SCB, employing fraudulent tactics to siphon money from unsuspecting clients and the public at large. The prosecution's investigation has unearthed startling revelations about the extent of Mrs. Lan's alleged malfeasance. Between 2012 and 2017 alone, she is accused of fabricating records for 304 clients, securing a staggering 368 loans, resulting in substantial financial losses. The scope of her purported wrongdoing expanded even further between 2018 and 2022, exacerbating the damage inflicted on SCB and its stakeholders. Furthermore, Mrs. Lan is accused of employing various tactics to conceal SCB's vulnerabilities, including the alleged bribery of inspection officials to avoid detection. These actions, if proven, paint a damning picture of systemic corruption within the institution and its leadership. In light of the severity and scale of Mrs. Lan's alleged offenses, the prosecution has deemed her the principal actor responsible for the malfeasance at SCB,